Oh my God! Rewind the tape.
Welcome back. Sorry, I don't know what that was.
I don't know what that was either. I was going to do a welcome to the Big Blue House remix, but maybe it's too niche for the age of our audience. It's Bear in the Big Blue House. It was when Disney made Disney Playhouse, which was their children for babies. Their channel for babies and young infants.
Okay,
and my little brother used to. You can get it on Disney Plus if you're feeling sad. Honestly, if you're an adult, go watch Bear in the Big Blue House. So cute. The moon died, actually. The voice of the moon. That's why it stopped. Otherwise, I think it'd still be on today.
I respect that they stopped it. They were like, no one else shall be the moon.
No. I love hanging out characters. I think that's the right thing to do.
Yeah.
I say that now.
This episode went left real early on. Guys, welcome to Wait, Rewind the Tape. We are here to finish off our installment of the Lord of the Rings franchise with The Return of the King.
Bullet. Yes. Are you going to do it? Do it.
You know, we have to.
Return of the King.
Return of the King.
Okay, that was disjointed, but guys, we tried.
Well, yeah. We didn't rehearse it, so what do you expect? Imagine if we had. Oh, God. So, yeah, here we are at the final episode in this 3-part trilogy. And the unextended version is a whopping 3 hours, 20 minutes long.
What is wrong with me? How long is the extended version?
4 hours, 4.5 hours.
That's not that much longer.
It's an hour longer.
Yeah, but that's...
Or maybe like 40 minutes long. I can't remember. Yeah. It's over 4 hours, the extended version. That's bonkers.
It's a lot
this
of time.
Is why they just do series now.
Because it's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's...
You can't...
We've watched a 3-season show in 3 films.
Jeez. No, we haven't.
Well, essentially...
A comedy show, not a drama. A drama each episode is like 58 minutes.
Yeah, okay.
Which is insane because it used to be like 40 minutes plus adverts. Now it's
maybe that when dramas were 40 minutes with ad breaks.
Yeah, now they're doing full... Sorry.
Anyway, so many things happen in Return of the King.
So,
the best thing, obviously, we start on a rather joyous note with, not straight away with the opening.
Honey, I said jog my memory, not read off the full synopsis of the film.
Well, the second scene, once bloody stupid Sam and Frodo and Gollum are like doing whatever they want to do, is Merry and Pippin. They've been found by Gandalf, Aragorn, the whole crew, and they are just smoking. They are high. They are eating their way through Isengard's stock, and they are having a jolly good time.
I thought they were smoking tobacco.
You can get high off tobacco.
They do actually say weed I think that, but I thought they meant a weed as in a weed they could pick, like a wild weed, like a metaphor.
Yeah, but is that not the same?
Yeah, you're right.
I think they were smoking something that was making them mellow. It's implied that it might not be cannabis, but plenty of things that you could smoke that you forage could make you feel a certain way, I'm quite sure.
Especially because there are different species. I mean, who knows the effects that smoking dandelion has on them?
Yes, but they're just having a great time. And I appreciate that for them because they have literally just imprisoned Sauron and they've cut off the orc factory. So, yeah, props to them.
Poor Sauron. He didn't really get a villain's exit, did he?
It was very, convenient. Like, oh, yeah. We locked him up in the tower and Treebeard's keeping him, We didn't even really see what happened to him at the end of the 2 towers.
I guess he was just the mouthpiece. He wasn't the main.
He wasn't the main squeeze. That's true.
Mm.
So, firstly, what did you think? as a newbie.
I loved this film.
Okay.
This was my favourite, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, guys. Hate to say it. Gollum is what is wrong with Gollum? I've changed my mind on Gollum so much because
thank you.
Before, like I was rooting for you, Gollum. We were all rooting for you. How dare you? That's America's Next Top Model. Like, to be honest, when they showed Gollum as a hobbit, what he was, so in this film, obviously they show Gollum as a hobbit the first time he touches the ring or whatever.
Yes.
He was hooked from the first hit. Like, it wasn't even that, because let me not shame people who are hooked from the first hit. It was more, I felt like he displayed some bad character from the jump.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like he was a sweet hobbit. Seemed like
he killed for the ring, and that's when the corruption and corrosion of his hobbitness began.
But he killed for the ring within 1 second of having the ring.
Without even touching it.
He just saw the ring and was like, oh no, that's mine. I will kill you
having
for
that.
It.
Yeah.
Unless I'm missing something, because I haven't seen it have that effect on anybody.
No.
But I do get that.
Obviously super susceptible.
Or, okay, maybe he was super susceptible, but he's also a bit of a cunt as well. Is that possible?
You can be both, yeah. I think to be so that word doesn't make sense anymore. Susceptible to the power of the ring, there has to be an element of you that is a bit of an arsehole. Do you know what I mean? Like, you're not like so fair. Pure of heart.
No, what I mean is, okay, so what if when
don't equate the ring to like
addiction? I have the whole time, because that's the lens I was viewing it through before, where people can't help it. It's like, it's the power of the ring.
It's a compulsion.
But then it's like, I feel like that from the short depiction, not from the fact that he killed, just from the short scene we saw with him and his friend, I just didn't get the vibe that he was like, he just seemed a bit of a, like, some people just are a bit dickish. Do you know what I mean? He just didn't seem, like a bit of a dick. He didn't seem like a
good guy from the get-go. But then also, I sort of feel the same about his friend. Like, I'm not saying the friend would have killed for the ring.
Some shady motherfuckers.
The friend also seemed not cool. And to be honest, I think maybe actually he would have killed Schmeagol for the ring had he been able to overpower him. He just didn't. He lost, but
yeah, that changed my view of Schmeagol. He wanted the ring too. Sure.
Yeah.
But I get that it's fate, like that he needed to
play his part.
Sorry guys, but I'm the queen of saying I don't believe in destiny, but one thing I got from this, I do believe in this, that everyone has to play their role. Like, everyone has a role to play in all great quests. No, but if he hadn't kept that ring.
Yes.
And it had to be him, because he was just, not only was he susceptible, but he was also like not a great person. So he would have killed for the ring.
Yeah.
Oh, when he bit Frodo, sorry guys, if you haven't seen it, which I don't. When he bit Frodo's finger off, I was like, okay, now you're doing way too much.
Yeah, that was,
Everything about him in this film was so funny. Like, when he was singing to himself, when he was fishing, he was just all over the place.
Yeah. He was fully unhinged.
But he destroyed the ring.
So actually, guys, we know you've seen it. So if you haven't, and here's a spoiler, but whatever. At the end, obviously Frodo is there at Mordor, and he's about to drop the ring in, and then he doesn't. He does in a seal door. And it's like, no, the ring is mine. And Sam's like, what the fuck? Drop it. And then that's when Gollum finds his chance to try and take the ring. So the reason why Gollum falls in is he's so elated, so happy, so preoccupied that he's got the ring. Frodo is so angry and so consumed that he doesn't have the ring. He attacks Gollum and then pushes him over the edge into the fires of Mordor. So do you think, like, what was Frodo's motivation in that moment? Because I don't think it was to destroy the ring. I think it was to get the ring back.
Yeah. I thought they were fighting over the ring.
Yeah.
But pushing him just felt like, I felt like he wasn't trying to destroy the ring. I thought he was trying to destroy Gollum.
Yeah, but to destroy Gollum, I hate you, Gollum, but obviously he wanted the ring. He wasn't thinking, this is my way to end this horrible...
he was
at that moment. So
he was consumed by the ring.
Yeah.
Are you saying that everyone should have shamed him for not...
Yeah, no, I'm not. I think it's just, obviously it was a good outcome, but...
No, it is kind of funny to think Sam, every time someone's like, Frodo, stuff right, Sam's there thinking like, you guys don't even know how it went down.
You're exactly. Frodo carried him. He literally carried him to Mordor.
But seeing how quickly, and I've been caping for Frodo this whole time because I know exactly what you mean. But seeing how quickly Gollum was how he was just like straight away killed for the ring. Frodo did well. Everyone else was acting unhinged.
Yeah, Frodo really does last
the very a while, last second.
But still.
It is funny though. And it's an interesting, I'm like, what am I supposed to take from this? Because the fact that it's like never addressed is almost like in this story, you're not a hero or a villain based on like your every moment or action. It's like, what did you achieve in the long run? It's like, do you know what I mean? It's like, it's not like a minute, like, oh, but when it really came to it, because in some stories, Frodo would be shunned. And then he'd turn into a villain in another universe. You know what I mean? But in this one, it was like, it's very forgiving. It's like, no, it was the ring.
And in the end, the ring was destroyed kind of by Frodo's hand. So sure.
And it's not even that. It's like he's like given up his whole life and risked his life to go on this fucking quest to destroy the ring and did what others couldn't. So.
Yeah, fair.
Sam. I'm sorry, but now I take back what I said about Sam not being about that life. Sam is very much about that life. But if I was Sam, I would have killed Gollum from the... Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. You have changed your tune.
Honestly, as soon as I saw what Gollum was like as a...
Yeah. I think... Do you know what? You know, like, everything that you've heard me say about all the characters ever, it's obviously because I come at it from the holistic lens, having watched many times.
Not holistic.
As in the end view. I've seen all the things and sometimes in one big go. So I really I've had a while to develop the feelings. So I guess it's interesting to see you go on the journey fresh of like, no, he's good. And wait a second. No, it's fine. And then...
But I knew he was going to try and kill them and he was going to be twisted in this.
No, I mean, it was Sam.
Oh, Sam is still not my favourite character. I don't know why.
Oh, God, he's not my favourite character, but he's a trooper.
He is.
He's real, like you said, he's got a mission and he is there to complete it. Even when Frodo is like, go fucking home.
But he shouldn't have gone home. Do you know what? I had to remind myself that it's like, for them, that part of it is like when you go to, not on a night out, but say a festival, and it's a 4-day festival, and you get to day 3, and everyone gets into it because it's just been too long. Everyone's not
too
themselves.
Many various whatever.
Yeah,
you're hungry. You haven't washed.
Not sleeping well. I would shower with bottles of water. You guys are nasty.
Bottles of water, okay.
Literally,
it's not like a proper shower.
It is the way I do it.
Okay.
I'm fresh. I'm sorry.
Well, good for you, but
I'm proud for that too.
To be honest,
your crust in your ass crack.
The last time I went to a camping festival was like a decade ago, and I would never do it again.
I've never been to a camping festival that's like old, like basically I've been to like a Glasgow. And the only camping festival I have been to where you really I was working it because Tea in the Park isn't too dissimilar, but like the festivals I've gone to are like no festival even. Festival's like a real camping festival. Honey, I was showering.
Okay, the only one I've been to is Leeds Festival, and there were
that is Tea in the Park was dirtier than was it Tea in the Park? I can't remember.
There was no way that I was showering in the showers provided.
No, you can't. You have to.
Yeah.
So this is my top tip for anybody out there. If you can't get access to taps, that is long. What you need is like a big bottle of water, preferably those ones you can like carry from the top. I don't know what the literage or whatever. If literage is even a word.
Something. I don't know.
Yeah, but even like a 2-liter bottle of water, you can get it done. So what you need is that. You need some like body wash and like a bikini or something. So what you do is, and hopefully some assistance, someone to hold a towel for you. You can literally just like get your skin wet, wash yourself with the body wash or soap all over your body with flip-flops on, and pour water on yourself.
I'm familiar
away from your tent
with that concept. It's just where to do it where you're not going to get. I was not doing that when I was 16.
Okay, so when I was going to festivals, I was like, I want to say 21, 22, 23, so I wasn't like a kid. Yeah. And honestly, the only time I went to Leeds Festival, sorry guys, this is not what we're here to talk about, was for a day. So we got a day ticket, and I was with my boyfriend. It wasn't really like that kind of vibe. Yeah, and we were older. We were like, I feel like I was 22 at the time, and he was like, I don't know how much older he was than me, 25, 26. Whatever, which at the time seemed way older, but now like he was also a complete baby. That's so funny. But watching the kids, that I've told you that's when we were waiting. Who were we waiting for? The Black Keys? I don't know. We were waiting for someone who was a bit older. So the audience completely changed. But just before, it was the Kaiser Chiefs. I predict a riot. That sound right? Oh, it sounds
absolutely
God.
Right. I believe.
I was standing quite far back, but their audience obviously is just that year, and I'm not blaming them. It was a bunch of like people who looked 15 and 16 who were, all I can say is like on cheap pills maybe, but people were, I'm not joking, I've never seen that before, which is why when everyone was talking about other festivals that have gone wrong, I'm like, you guys have not been to I'm not joking. This is like towards the end of their performance. It's just children collapsing and having been passed forward to the to the bouncers and stuff.
The ambulance crew, probably at any festival, never work harder than at Leeds. I'm quite sure.
I've never seen anything like that.
I mean, I've seen it in the two times that I've been to Leeds Festival. That is half the course.
Yeah, they were just like literally being like carried over. It was, and it was constant, and it was at the end. Fair enough, it was the very end, and then I was like, "This is horrible." And the person I was with was like, "Oh, don't worry, it'll be over. Like you'll be like." It was basically telling me I'll be surprised like how quickly this changes. Their last song finished, the way those children just dispersed, like no shade, cockroaches. And then the crowd just changed and just smelled nicer and was just chilled. And it was a vibe. And I was like, oh, thank God. I love being older. And I wasn't even that much older. Do you know what I mean? Than them. But I really wasn't that much older than them. But it was just like, do your parents know where
Oh
Sam
my God,
passed out. Sammy passed out the front.
Yeah,
it was honestly, because I'd never seen it. It was, and I've been to lots of places. Like, you know, park life is infamous for people like being passed out on the floor in the stone, not knowing where they are. But I have never seen anything like that. And I just felt so bad for security. Shout out to the security who work Leeds Fest. They are not paying you enough to deal with that.
The security detail for sure, and ambulance staff, and you know.
But nobody, as far as I know, it's not like they're dying. Well, no. I'm sure there are deaths, but
I think they've just taken it a bit too far, and they just need to go to the hospital tent and just lie down with some fluids.
Need to be sick, they probably just need to ideally have their stomach pumped. But yeah, guys, stop taking. If you don't know what you're taking, just like take a little bit. Like I don't know what. But to be honest, even if whatever they were on, they shouldn't have been on that. God forbid. I don't know what that was because I've never seen that before. That was horrible.
So I guess the reason behind this story is that we were talking about the fact that Sam and Frodo have just been at what is almost what sounds like Leeds Festival. And
and Sam's had to carry Frodo. They've gone to see the Kaiser Chiefs.
And they even have their own glow sticks. That they use to get, back Shelob. I tell you something though, I'm living with Shelob.
You are?
Yeah, there's a giant spider in this house. And guys, I know that in England we don't have spiders that are like big compared to the rest of you in the world, but it's big for our standards, okay? It's like bigger than a £2 coin when like legs splayed out, not like its body. Yeah, and it's got these big, massive mandibles. You
can see them.
Yeah.
That is not. I don't know enough about spiders, but I don't think that spiders should be there.
Yeah, it's fine.
No, I'm not saying it's dangerous. I'm saying I still don't think it should be.
It's fine. I think you'd be surprised by
the size of spiders.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's more just in the woods.
No, but that's the thing. I think when it gets cold outside, they do they're coming inside to be warm. Yeah. And sometimes there are.
The bigger ones are so smart. So the other week I walk in, I turn around, I see this giant spider. I'm like, because they're usually quite slow, so it's not hard to catch them.
They're usually quite slow. Are you joking? I think spiders are crazy fast.
Not those ones. The big ones that we get in this house aren't. They're not moving. They're just chilling.
Until you come.
I noticed that.
And then they're like,
yes. That's the thing. They're so smart. I forgot how smart they are. So I turn around to go get a glass. I turn back. The spider is.
Where have you gone?
Gone. Yeah. I'm like, you've probably been living here longer than me. This is your house.
The spider's like, get out.
I've been here for 20 years.
So this spider, I first saw it in the sink. In the bathroom, in the sink. I was like washing my hands, then saw it move and was like, okay, I guess I'll start. I'll just get the soap on my hands and I'll let you just be. And then it was like, and now it's in the hallway, just like hanging out on the wall by the stairs. So that's like a fair distance from the bathroom. Not that it shouldn't like be able to move. Go where you want, just don't crawl on my fucking face.
Yeah, you are really at peace with those spiders. Me, I've told you, that night where it was wind and rain, I threw out 3 spiders. I was like,
cold. They're coming in like, we finally made it.
No, because the thing is, I know they're not coming in. I know they live here. It was just that season where they all just start just not caring. They're like,
they're just coming out. I like that. You're like, I know you live here, but fuck off. There sparks the long journey between.
It was a lot.
Or a bug's life.
It's not, because the thing is, where they were, they would all congregate in this in a line, and I'm like, guys, you're mocking me. Just because I've been leaving you doesn't mean you need to. Imagine coming above the patio door. There's a line of spiders.
Right? Yeah, don't congregate.
I'm like throwing out 4 or 5 spiders a night, just all there. I'm like, I don't care, and they don't care because they're not moving. Probably because they've seen me so many times. They're like, she's a pussy, you know. No, I'm joking. They're not. Yes, the spider in Lord of the Rings, Shelob. I didn't know it was a spider. I thought Shelob was going to be a dragon, even though you mentioned there was a spider. My problem with that is why is that the best special visual effects? Looks better than Gollum. The spider looked to me a bit real.
Yeah.
Ugh. I don't have a spider phobia. Oh my God, Frodo wrapped up.
Frodo really, he's been stabbed twice. Okay, sorry, the second time he was stabbed, sure, he was wearing his mithril. Why was he not wearing his mithril in this?
They took it from him. Where the fuck is your...
Oh, yeah. Faramir, right?
He was stripped. No, Frodo didn't have it taken from him until the orcs took him. So after he was...
Yeah, so that's what I mean. So what mithril is supposed to Like, it'd be impenetrable. So where did that stinger go?
No, because last time when he got stabbed. He just didn't. It didn't have an impact for some reason.
Because he was wearing his mithril vest.
Yeah, but he definitely reacted as though he'd been stabbed, and there was a wound.
Because obviously that it's like, if you fire a rifle, then you're gonna get like but Shelob pierced him and poisoned him. So where did she pierce him that his mithril vest wasn't covering?
We'd have to look it up. Maybe in his buttocks or something.
Maybe it's one of those things that
it's impenetrable to a point.
Yeah, but not to like a magical.
That's time he got stabbed. Technically, he was stabbed by something magical.
Well,
I thought so. Just a big thing.
Just a weapon. Not necessarily magical. Anyway, magical. So you thought that Shelob was a good.
Just looks quite real.
Good use of the special effects budget.
Yeah, because I was thinking I feel like we're already close into Gollum being like, they need to remaster that if they haven't already and just re-release it, because I feel like we're very close to Gollum looking very old. But then I was like, maybe, because my sister was saying that she was so defensive when I brought that up. I was like, Gollum is going to look, because I was watching it at hers.
I don't necessarily agree with you. But
terrible in a few years. She was like, this is so old. Think how good it looks.
No, but that's true. It's like almost 20 years old.
Which makes me think they must have done something to it.
Possibly.
It's usually 20th anniversary where they bring out the remastered version.
It's not quite 20.
Do it. But they should do it.
Maybe it's 20th for the first one. I don't know. Sometimes I think like the green screen, like the perspective, or it's not green screen, the perspective with the hobbits and the rest of the crew is a bit janky.
This is the first film I really I kind of got what you meant a bit more. Okay. And then I was like, are they using people with dwarfism as like body doubles? Okay.
No, I don't think so. No, I think that there was a camera, the way they shot it.
There was just one scene where I was just like, that's not the same body.
Maybe. Because also maybe for stunts. I don't know.
And this is the first, because in this, dwarfs in this are not, because I've always thought the dwarfs in like Lord of the Rings, for example, aren't the same as like humans who are dwarfs. It's like another, supposed to be like species. But when you think about the time this was written, like the original text, is it?
Yeah.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure.
Well, do you think that he meant that Tolkien would have meant that they would? Because they're specifically not human. They're not men. I just felt like a different race. They're not even a different race or a different.
Yeah. Okay.
So what else do we want to talk about? Should we how about something that we can relate to?
I can't relate to anything. I'm jaded and lost.
I think you can relate to this. Strange parent-father dynamics.
Why was he trying to burn his son alive?
Because he'd lost the plot. Lord Denethor.
I thought his demise to madness didn't 100% make sense to me.
He was already mad, though.
Okay, that makes sense now.
Yeah, he was already like not quite there. The power of being the steward of Gondor had really got to him. He'd heard these rumors that was under threat because the real heir is on the way.
And looking good too, let's be real.
And then also his son, his favorite son, has died in the quest that this real king has been leading, essentially.
Do you know what they were missing, which they'd never had, because this was a family-centered action film?
Don't say sex.
For once, I didn't think this was lacking in sex. The first thing I've seen without sex in a long time where I thought, this could
held your attention. It could have. Or you were like, no, it's fine.
I didn't think that.
It would have been weird. Like, it was fine how it was.
No, they didn't need it. That guy was getting off with a horse. That was good enough for me. No, it didn't need any sex. I was going to say, what were we talking about? The thing that was missing?
In relation to Lord Denethor, he was...
A fucking monologue.
A rousing monologue, yeah.
Because the depth you've just given that character, maybe because you've seen it so many times, maybe there's something in the extended version that was cut. I didn't get that as a first-time viewer. I just thought he was an egomaniac who was just a bit much.
But that's also true of exactly what I've said that plays into it.
But just not even a long monologue, just like a 3-minute Hamlet-style monologue of him
3 minutes is a long
losing
time.
It. Okay, a 3-minute scene, but like just with dialogue of him losing it. That includes a short monologue within the scene. Just a quick one. Just a quick one. Just a quick something that shows him like that. Just it puts that into context a bit for me if that was the case, because that's not what I got from that character.
Sure.
I was confused as to why he was burning his son alive when his son, like, why wouldn't he accept? Why did his son need to be dead?
I think because he feels like he's really failed his living son by, the son that was living, by honoring the son that had died too much. He's also feeling
making up for that by killing him.
Well, I mean, he wanted to believe that Faramir was dead, so maybe in that there was some cleansing in it, because he was also going to burn himself on the pyre. So then they would have, this freeing moment where they could go on into the afterlife together. I don't know. But also he's feeling very upset and put down upon because he believes that Rohan isn't going to, like, there's no and it's all the same, because remember Theoden was also like, Gondor won't answer me, and you're like, fucking hell, all of these like kings in power just being stupid,
but they're also
and not communicating.
Yeah, they're just not. It's not to cape for these men, but at that time all men, there was no union between all of when I say men, I mean like mankind, humans.
Yeah,
there was no union. It was like a bit post-apocalyptic.
Yeah, but sometimes you just kind of think, like, with Rohan, like, and Theoden, after everything that you've been through, I mean, I guess that he is like, well, we will ride with Gondor, but he has to take some convincing.
Yeah, and they fold a lot, like, but so does Frodo. But I guess Frodo doesn't fold for a long time. These men are folding for this.
Well, I think that the race of man is well known to be the weakest. Yeah, and I can believe that. So,
and it makes sense that the middle-aged white man, not middle-aged. I call everyone middle-aged. I don't know what that means. The older. Because I feel like to be a king, even then, you have to be a bit older. It's not like you're just going to... Well, if you're a young king, then something's gone horribly wrong. It's like not a good thing.
And you won't probably be in power. There'll be a regent who's making decisions with you, but really for themselves.
And that results in so many good made-up dramas. That's the funny thing.
That's provided much fodder for our... frivolous little mind now in the 21st century.
Honestly. Hi guys, I have some vague facts based on historical evidence. Let's make up an entire person based on these 4 points and see where let's really flesh it out.
Yeah, that now people will take as real history because we've used real monarchs.
It is very confusing to know. Yeah. That's why those things annoy me, because I'm just like, because even when they're like, oh no, this is really well researched, I don't doubt it, but then I need you to like have a light for the things that you've really had to embellish because you have no idea.
I would say everything.
Not everything. But yeah.
Anyway, back to Lord of the Rings. And so, yeah, the tricky parental dynamics. I will say that the Lord Denethor going off his rocker gave us another classic moment of Gandalf not fucking giving a heck, just doing what needed to be done, bonking Lord Denethor on the head, and then being like, prepare for war. I'm calling it, guys.
Oh no, that was nice, because that guy I was like, what are you on right now? Gosh, I hate that when someone's having a personal what we call a personal problem, when somebody's like having
on company time.
Honestly, not even on company time, on it just means that you're making like, what's your issue? You're like, why are you making your issues my issue? Does that make sense? It's like you have a problem because you feel personally triggered because of your authority. You think you're the only person in this room. That's why you're saying that. Like, you're like, look how many people there are here. Also, even if you are having a moment, like,
your son is alive. The main point. People are like, he's alive, like screaming at you. No. Bring me the oil.
He's dead. We're burning him.
What are you on? Get off your fucking high horse. Like, get off the fucking funeral pyre, Lord Denethor.
I'm not going to lie. It's the same when Frodo was lying on the floor wrapped in that web.
Yeah.
Like, the people just lying there on the floor I laughed. They looked so
especially
funny.
Frodo. The way they like make him look.
Frodo looking like
he's a corpse.
No, but I just really felt like it was very much like the beginning of like
as well.
A Cure music video.
Yeah, but it's also not all CGI, because Frodo he does that thing where he's like, I don't know, like he really like hams up the I'm dying.
Oh yeah, he was a emo goth for sure in his youth. He tapped in. I thought My Chemical Romance was going to start playing in the background.
So true.
Is it weird that he looked kind of hot? As in, like, in terms of like styling of his hair, I was like, I like it. Don't read into that. I can see your comments.
Okay,
turning.
You know what? It's fine.
This is not me saying. Let me not make it worse. I'm just saying his hair and eyes look kind of hot to me.
His eyes, they were glazed over, milky.
No, they weren't. He's not that committed to that role. They were not glazed over. They were like this.
What do you think of Minas Tirith?
Who?
Minas Tirith. That's the
Who?
That is the seat of Gondor. The village, the city, the citadel, the main citadel of Gondor.
The nice building.
Yes, sorry, I should have. Yeah, we cut into the mountain with that. I think Minas Tirith is real nice.
No, it's stunning. Yeah,
gorge.
A lot of the things in this made me think like, oh my gosh, there's so many nice places. The places
mythical
where
places.
It looks real to me. The places where Europeans went to, do their dirt and really succeeded and replace the population. They really preserved those places. Very nice. Congrats, kudos. Moving on swiftly. Where are we?
What do you want to talk about? How about okay, there's a lot of battle scenes. We've got like the battle for Minas Tirith.
Not interested. I want to talk about.
Okay, fine.
Oh yes, no, I am interested. What battle is that?
The battle
the only battle that really captivated me was the main battle at the end.
Right, Blackgate. Okay, let's say no more about battles. How about when I
I do want to talk about
Aragorn and Gimli and Legolas went to go and get the army of the dead. Not for you.
What in the Pirates of the Caribbean is going on?
Can I just, was this not before Pirates? Come on.
Of course it was.
Yeah.
It's just funny because you know exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, they're stuff believing in ghost stories with stuff. You're in one.
Oh my, do you know what's so funny? Even though they were explicitly saying that, until the ghosts actually came out, I genuinely thought they were still alive. I didn't think they were literally going to be ghosts.
That's like the perfect army. An army that you can't kill. That can kill you.
There's something Aragorn
that
said
moment when Aragorn comes because he's, you know, and he like jumps off the boat, like they all think that the Eastlings are here, because he captures the boat of the enemy, and that's where he's hiding with the dead people. I see dead people. Not Aragorn being Haley Joel Osment in The Sixth Sense.
It defined an era.
When Aragorn, Gimli, and Legolas jump off the boat, and the orcs are all like, but then the army of the dead comes behind them.
Oh, you liked it?
Come on, that's like a fairly hot scene.
I thought it was hot when he went to actually, I can't remember what he said, so I'm going to tell this really badly, but when Aragorn actually went to meet the army of the dead, and he said something like, you wouldn't say no to me, or something like that. I was like,
oh no, when he was, when they were like, I only answer to the king of Gondor. And then, I can't remember what he says either, but
I can't. But that was, for me, that was like, that's hot.
Yeah. Because like he swings the sword, and then this like his sword clanks. But like, why was it only now that Lord Elrond is like, do you know what? I guess Arwen really does love this guy. Fire up the elven forges. Let's get this fucking sword remade.
Oh, because his daughter's dying now.
But like, is that what it took to save Middle Earth?
Do you have a father? Asking that question again. Honey, you better have a limb missing. And then he's like, fine, I'll do it.
But it's not like Arwen asked him to do it. It's more just like...
No, I think that once he lost who he was trying to protect, it was like the perspective has changed, because now he has to preserve the world for another reason.
Like, but Elrond has always had to preserve the world. If you look at his back history...
Are you saying it just doesn't make sense?
It just feels weird. Obviously, it wouldn't have made for a good...
Why,
when they were in Rivendell, weren't they like, oh shit, maybe it would be smart to reforge this fucking sword and give it to Aragorn now?
Because he doesn't believe in Aragorn. He's been saying for 3 episodes.
He could have given it to Boromir. I don't know.
If you didn't believe in Aragorn, you thought
true. That is so
Boromir.
True. Yeah.
He just doesn't believe in
very true. Because it takes Arwen having her like vision of the kids.
And he was like, what, babies?
We do have sex for the first time, and I get pregnant. Sorry.
Natalie, I'm disappointed that you think that's what she was thinking about. She was thinking about the beauty of having a child with the man she loves. Yay! That doesn't make sense, though. Honestly, that doesn't 100% make sense.
What?
I think your version makes more sense. The idea that you're just like, let me not get into that on this podcast. That's an conversation.
Either way, what it boils down to is the fact that she sees that there is a future. He isn't dead. There is hope. It all comes back to hope.
Yeah.
Are there any other big main?
Yes, I thought a massive moment that I loved was, don't know their names, the woman that was previously known as the Thirsty Princess.
Eowyn.
Eowyn and
Faramir at the end, where they're like, oh no, sorry, Eowyn and Merry.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think
the friendship
Merry
that they
by
form.
the end was like in top 2 characters, if not my favourite.
Yeah, Merry is up.
Yeah.
Really because he's like
great.
Got like a bit more about him. He's kind of coming to things a bit, not that I'm saying that makes him like the top character over Pippin, but he's a bit more like there's a bit more character. Pippin's like happy-go-lucky, but then also no, I suppose Pippin has, I don't know what I'm saying. Basically, Pippin and Merry are definitely up there at the top. And that must have just been super fun to play, super fun to act.
Yeah.
In terms of their character development.
I do feel sorry for the hobbits, all of them. I was just like, leave them alone. When it's his name Merry.
Yeah.
When Gandalf had to throw him on that horse and ride out of town and he doesn't know where he's going.
Pippin.
I was like, Pippin is not built for this life. You don't put him down.
Pippin found his very own version of the ring. And that's what it was his undoing.
Do you mean?
Well, Saruman's crystal ball that Sauron used to. So that's kind of like the almost the power dynamic that Pippin had with that was like that of the ring, because it was the power of Sauron, right? And he was drawn to it, and then it overtook him, and it was using him.
Okay, I didn't think he was drawn to it because of its power. I thought he was just curious.
Oh my god, you're like, shiny object. Ooh, pretty.
He's curious. He's just like that.
Oh no, at first, yeah, but also I think it was calling him, and it's calling,
Yeah.
Because that's also like that's the precursor in the Rings of Power. The ball.
Don't remember.
Do you remember, like, at the end when Isildur's sister touches it, and then she's like, yes. So that's the same thing.
Okay.
And so that, like, you see the power that it has, and Pippin's just, I guess a bit susceptible to it, and he sees a nice object, and then is like, I want it.
Yeah.
But let's talk about Merry and Eowyn.
Yeah, I thought that was, for me, I hate to say it because it's crass, but the best kill of all 3.
Oh, episodes. The Witch King.
Yeah.
No, it's not crass. It's widely known that is an incredible moment.
Yeah.
I am no man.
It was good.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it.
She deserved that kill.
She did, and it just made me think maybe it would have been fun if she was the king, but I don't know if that's the vibe.
But now she is going to be, because Theoden's dead. So I
thought Aragorn was the king of all kings.
He's the king of Gondor.
I thought that he replaced. I see what you mean.
He's the king of Gondor because Gondor, he was a steward. Yeah. He didn't have any proper dominion. He was a caretaker.
I genuinely thought it was one of those situations where
he's the king of men.
Yeah, like the main king of, like, let's say, if it was, sorry, I thought the main king.
It's like having the king on the Red Keep, but then you have lords elsewhere.
I was literally about to say that. It would be like if the North had broken off, and then I was like, don't do that, it's too long. But it's like Game of Thrones equivalent. Yeah. Like there was one king to unite the 7 kingdoms, but when that bloodline ended, because he did a runner, then that's when the king of the North popped up. So when he was back, I thought that he'd become the king of all kingdoms again.
No, I think Rohan will still exist as a separate thing. And I don't think Aragorn's out here trying to rule everything. That was never the end game for him, was it? So
he has a beautiful elvish woman waiting for him.
Yeah, and we know he's going to have kids. So
number 1 on the agenda, this
baby making.
Like kiss the horse.
We need to extend this line. It shall not be broken.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I really did.
There is a rumour that Faramir and Eowyn get married, which it's kind of hinted at the end, where...
I didn't even notice that.
What?
Did not notice.
It's very, very subtle.
I was also drinking watching this film.
Okay.
I didn't notice.
Anything else that we need to... We haven't really spoken about Gimli and Legolas, but I guess maybe not that much to say.
There isn't. They were good, and they had some very good fight. I thought the fight
very good action
sequences
scenes,
were much better in this.
Yeah, there's some very nice choreography, like with the killing of the Mummakill, and
yeah. I'm just trying to
giant elephants.
Yeah, I haven't. Okay, so just because we always discuss race in context of everything, I thought it was interesting that the like symbolism of, it's not really symbolism, it's just literally like the quote unquote like foreign animals are on the evil side. Do you know what I mean? And like the imagery of, I don't know what they're called, the people who are riding the elephants. It almost seemed
Easterlings.
Like the Eastlings. It literally is racist.
Yeah.
My bad. I was trying to make it deep, but it's pretty black and white. Okay. Yeah, because the jewelry, like their aesthetic, and it was just like a combination of like, I could see like a few different cultural elements in there. I was just like, okay, so like we're saying not to white. Got it.
This brings me on to the kind of little segment that I wanted to do. So obviously, I think we can both agree that we enjoyed the movie and it does deserve I think it got like 93% on Rotten Tomatoes.
I'm surprised it was, I thought it was more, 92 as well. I thought it was more of a 91, 92. But I thought it was more 91.
It's a good film, it's enjoyable, and it's still...
It's just the sheer size of it. Like, you're not going to get something like that. You have, there's nothing else like that in modern times. And it's not too offensive. We know what it is. It's a very like whitewash story, blah 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 blah. But we know what it is. It doesn't. That's just what it is. So I don't really factor that into the score. I
thought, rather than looking at the good reviews on Rotten Tomato, I would call out some of the splats. And get your hot take on
this is going to be the nerdiest shit, because this is obviously to those that don't know, which I doubt, Lord of the Rings fans are insane. If you think Game of Thrones fans are bad,
so the ones that I'm going to do are from critics, but I guess we could have a look and see if there are some from just general audiences as well.
Like, how much can you critique a like almost family action film? But yeah, let's go.
Right. Okay. So number one, we've kind of touched upon this, and this is from February 2018. So that's like fairly recent.
I woke up in the middle of the night and I was like,
I need to get this off my chest. Okay.
I've been thinking about this.
This atavistic Christian versus Moors narrative doesn't belong in the present day. I mean, chill out, Jonathan. It wasn't made in the present day.
No, but I like this. Yeah. I love I like a scathing review based in something substantial. Go on.
And that's no doubt why so many people are addicted to it. It's so ideologically overstated that it can easily be brushed off as harmlessly quaint escapism.
Yeah.
Thoughts?
That's a brilliant review. But to call it dangerous racist propaganda, but that's what I was like, hello, that's cinema. Hello.
Right. We get to some of those. Okay, next one. Viggo Mortensen's Aragorn is the good king of the title, and while the actor may look fetching in a crown and cloak, he doesn't have half the gravitas.
Sorry, while the actor what?
May look fetching in a crown and cloak.
And
it's true. He doesn't have half.
Is that an insult? Because I'm waiting for it.
He doesn't have half of the gravitas of Sean Bean's Boromir in the first film.
Oh, disagree.
Yeah, hard disagree. Antonia Quirk.
He thinks
from the London Evening Standard again in 2017.
Disagree.
That could have been a hot take back when it came out, but now we're not having it.
No, probably more so now because like the Sean Bean fandom is like solidified in like everlasting gold.
True. Yeah.
No, I don't think that's fair at all.
Okay.
I thought he's supposed to be like a middleman, but I see what they mean in terms of character definition. The first film leaves a lot more room for the additional characters to like solidify them for you to understand them a bit more, whereas I feel like the others don't, but that's because they're at war, so I just don't overthink
there's
it.
a lot more need for in terms of the producers, I guess, need for gratuitous
but in terms of the actual story, the story is the most enjoyable in the first for me.
Okay, so some story strands are crudely abbreviated. Others fail to develop elements that were already well established. I think that's fair.
I feel like you said that for anything that's ever been made. Huh? I feel like you could say that about anything that was ever made. Like,
yeah.
There's always some things that are underdeveloped, and there's always some things that were like going really well, and then it's like, forget this.
But in a score of like almost 3.5 hours, you kind of like,
well, it's mostly action. There's not much.
Very much. Okay, yeah.
Not much development. That's why I was confused by some of the newer characters. I'm like, who is this? Why are they upset?
I found there were some other ones that I can't find now. No, wait, hold on. Let me go to all critics. Oh, yeah, those are the top critics, but all critics.
So now we're going to the
these are still critics, but they're not the top ones. This is like scraping the barrel.
These are not still critics. This is criticism from the general public. But I don't know what you have to do to become.
Okay. This is a bit scathing. This person writes for F5 Witcher KS, so you know.
Okay.
Okay, right. When we talk about Jackson's directorial style, what exactly are we talking about? The ability to juggle a production this size is a feat, but what else does he bring to it?
It's what you just said.
The ability to juggle the production, that's it. Yeah, so there's nothing else.
But that's a
big thing.
That's like the whole film. The size of it is the whole film. It's an epic. Okay, next.
Okay, how about this one?
Okay.
This is from Peter Lowry from Film Threat. Eye candy and grand events with no real substance.
Threat?
No, eye candy and grand events with no real substance.
Next.
Look, we need eye candy. Hold on. Oh, this guy thinks way too much of himself. Wow. Okay, this guy says, in spite of the fact that the film will likely bust box office records, this reviewer is duty bound to report that it fails in almost every aspect.
What? Okay.
I think it's like you've brought nothing to the table there. You've just said something to be mean, right? Now,
okay.
Cynthia Fuchs here has something valid.
Okay.
The bad guys are, as usual, marked by incessant ugliness and vague non-whiteness.
Yeah, vague. It's not vague. It's very
explicit.
Apparent.
Yeah, we can tell. And that's all I've got. I can't be bothered looking at the rest of them. But oh wait, hold on. Sorry, this person says, take earplugs, food, maybe even no dose if you plan a last foray into Middle Earth. I'm guessing that's if you plan on going to the cinema to watch it. Wow.
I could not have watched this in the cinema.
I did.
How did you manage?
I don't know. Just, it seems weird thinking back on it because it's not like in a play, at least you get an intermission.
The first one I could have done in the cinema. The second one I could have, but the third,
it's extremely long.
Yeah.
So that's it, guys. Next week we will be, scheduled to talk about Rings of Power, but like after rewatching this, it's really hard to compare. I guess that's not what we're doing. We're not comparing.
It's about the storyline. I was hoping it will just make the story make sense. But this film, apart from the first film, the problem is, I'm not saying it's good or bad, because I don't think it's supposed to really. I just feel like there isn't enough substance, apart from the first film, to explain the actual story. So the first film just does set a lot of things out for me, but there's also things that are missing. So yeah, it's things that could only really be done in a series. It's a film at the end of the day. But yeah, that's all I have to say.
But you say that, but the film was 3 hours, 20 minutes long. So that is essentially a series. So I definitely agree that in the first one, there's more of a, I guess, a linear plot line. Not that all plots have to be linear and whatever. You should be able to have separate people doing separate things, which the second one kind of does quite well. But the third one, there's just so much going on over the course of like 1,000 years of the film that things almost feel like they're happening in isolation. And because there's so much emphasis on the action scenes, there's then not enough time left over to thread everything together. Like even at the end, it all just happens so fucking quickly. Like Gollum, like, oh great, the ring's gone. There's a sonic blast and everybody's suddenly dead. And the giant eagles come and like rescue Sam and Frodo. It just happens super quick.
I didn't even question it though, because it just felt like,
because at that point it's so long. You're like, thank God. I don't have
the right term.
Oh, thank God. Well, you were enjoying it, but it's also like, what more can I? Like, I don't have much more to give to this.
It's an action film. I don't know how else to explain it. It's like a fantasy action film. Yeah, but yeah, I'm glad I've seen it because I feel like it's important to see.
I don't think if you'll remember, but last week I said this is building up so much, but I was saying last week there was a like a little anecdote about this film.
Yes.
And you didn't want to hear it because I might spoil it. So in the like final scenes when Aragorn is being at his coronation, and then Legolas is like, you're thanking me, but look, there's Arwen, and she comes along, and then they have their kiss. Apparently, she was supposed to actually kiss a double, the Aragorn double. I don't know why, but she was like, "This is like my last chance. This is our last scene together. I'm kissing the real deal," and she insisted that she kissed Viggo Mortensen. And I just thought that was great.
Wait. Well, without context of why, is it good? He was like, in his contract, he's like, I'm really uncomfortable kissing people. I don't want that. And she's like,
no, I don't think it was like that.
I'm not leaving until I taste those juicy lips.
Yeah, but they've already kissed before. Or do you think before he was like, I'm not kissing her, I'll kiss the horse. And you can make believe like I kissed her, but I ain't kissing her. No, they've already previously kissed. Yeah.
I'm sure if it was like that sinister, I'm sure we wouldn't have heard about it. But why would she need to kiss a double? Because of the CGI? Yeah. Is it the green screen? Or was it too much money to actually have them all physically present? They had to shoot in 2 loads, and for him to do in both scenes, they had to pay him more money.
To move in. We'll shoot you going in.
Yeah.
But not for the closer. But no, she was like...
It would have been weird for them not to...
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't understand the world of acting, so I'm just going to mind my own business and say...
Yeah. Ours is not to reason why.
That's all we do. Just not too deeply, so...
Yeah. Not so far as to give ourselves a headache. So yeah, good film, and next week tune in to hear our take on Rings of Power.
Yeah, and it's
everything else.
Yeah, as is tradition with series, not a lot of listens until the last episode, where everyone apparently wants to know the conclusion. So prepare to be disappointed. But there'll be so many people who don't listen to these 3 episodes, they'll listen to them. I'm just like, I
don't really see Rings of Power as part of this, because it's not part of the trilogy. It's separate.
also funny listening to 1, 2, and 3, just like the films. We started off so descriptive and long and winding road, and by the end we're just like, Gollum's crazy.
Did you guys? Did you know? Oh, wait, you knew? Oh, okay, yeah. Did you say? Yeah. Oh my God, Sam's okay. Gollum's crazy. I see what you mean about Frodo.
Oh, Sam's wife, not to reduce. I'm not reducing her. Her bar wench look is a killer.
That is the original. That's the inspiration.
I doubt it, but yeah.
My inspiration.
Shire in Germany.
The Shire bar wench look.
Yeah. Oh, I get it. Okay. Yeah, but she's just generally speaking, and it's not my fault that I'm saying this, guys. It's not my fault that the women had barely any speaking roles. Mm-hmm. She's super hot. Almost like, why does he have the reward of a hot babe?
I also think it's just funny that when they come back to the Shire, that everyone's like, "Oh, you're back!" Like the Shire had no comprehension of what the fuck was going on. This is supposed to be Middle Earth is in complete peril. Why were there not orcs? Like, surely there would have been raids even on the Shire throughout this whole period. But it's like nothing happened. They don't even.
It's a small town in the north. They're like, you motherfucker, get gone.
You went to war. Fuck off. There's been no war.
Just not even that. They just do not like them. It's just funny.
What did you think about Frodo deciding to take the boat?
Okay, so Frodo went to be with Bilbo and the elves.
The elves, yeah.
Why do the hobbits want to hang out with the elves so badly?
Well, Gandalf's going as well.
Yeah, but Gandalf is obviously going to go because he's like going to travel around worlds, I'm guessing. He's not going to stay there.
Honestly, I think Frodo's just tired. I think at that point he just wants to be with family.
The way you...
and the elves have saved him many times.
Honestly,
you're in a safe pair of hands.
It's like, I've had enough excitement. I need to go lay down. I need to go home.
I need to be taken care of, and I want to do it in like a luxury, ethereal, elven abode rather than in my like pokey little but cute flat in the Shire. You know what I mean?
Oh
he wants to upgrade. He's seen the world.
To Soho House.
Bye. Yes. No pictures.
Oh my gosh. Frodo.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's sweet though.
Yeah, can't fault him. Well, okay.
Yeah, you can. But there's not much to
say. Anything else that we need to add for this week?
Frodo is a nepotism baby.
Is he?
Yeah.
Sorry, do you mean?
I mean, literally, the character.
Right, okay. I
don't think know that anything about Elijah.
I don't know how that you can call what he did and
he was. His granddad was this like connected guy. He's friends with Frodo.
His granddad had the fucking ring. If he hadn't taken the ring, or rather his uncle,
yeah,
his uncle. If his granddad hadn't taken the ring, then that wouldn't.
We just went straight
you can't say he's a nepotism baby.
He is a nepotism baby. So now he gets to go to Elf Heaven.
True, like all nepo babies, they do say, we didn't ask for this.
Sure. And
we didn't ask for this life.
So much, they're all behind.
Sam's like, neither did I.
But like, I'm going to the VIP.
I really had to work for this. Oh, I see, in terms of the after quest experience.
Even him getting that role. So Sam is his gardener. He's called him Mr. Frodo. There's a real class system in this, if you look.
Yeah, you're right. We've spoken about this. True. And they are also like, oh, Merry and Pippin, these silly little miscreants.
Ragamuffins. They're definitely not allowed to go, even though they did them. Anyway, it's fine.
No, because they've still got living to do. They don't want to fucking go and die.
Yeah, Sam has a baby. And maybe I really think I'm ready to have kids. Don't laugh. I'm serious.
No, I'm not sorry. I was not laughing at the sentiment, more just the timing of its arrival in this podcast episode. Like,
it got me thinking. I'm ready.
Samwise and Rosie's procreation got you thinking, I want a slice of that pie.
I don't know. But yeah, I think so. Look at me all over the place as always. Guys, I just want to say we've had the worst technical issues for some weeks. Like, it's been so hard and bad. If you hear us asking up pauses and all sorts of things, we've even cut them, and they're still there, some of them, because it's just been so start-stop.
Yeah.
So thank you for sticking with us. And as we always say, it will be better next week. Lol.
So we'll see you then.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh my God. Rewind the tape.